Jeffersons, Larry Bird, Charles Barkley's, we earned what we got. When the corporate America came to us, we had a game that could validate their admiration and
sponsorship and all that, yeah.
Now they get that before they play one game.
Yeah.
So you're rolling the dice to see if this kid's ever going to be good or not.
Yeah.
So in essence, you're paying the kid off of potential.
Yeah.
That he may be great.
You don't think that's good?
No, because I think it sets bad work ethic. When you get something so easily, you're not going to work.
When fans and analysts discuss what is truly changing basketball in the 2020s, one issue rises above the rest: load management. More and more players are choosing to rest even when they are not injured, and this has become a serious talking point across the league. What once seemed like a smart health strategy now feels like a growing controversy for teams and supporters alike. For many viewers, this trend has reshaped how they experience the game, especially when star players are missing on big nights. The practice has sparked debates about fairness, competition, and the value of a ticket. In today's NBA, load management is no longer just a coaching decision. It has become one of the most discussed challenges facing modern basketball.
Is it load management?
Yep. Right.
Like, can you imagine somebody telling me, we're gonna rest you tonight? What do you mean rest me? It's a game.
Or you coming into the season and going like this: I got 82 games. Count on me missing 20.
No.
What once began as an occasional step to help players fully recover has now become a routine decision that many fans question. Supporters feel disappointed when major matchups go on without the athletes they came to see, and frustration continues to grow across the league. During the leadership of Adam Silver, this issue has expanded from a minor topic into one of the most debated policies in professional basketball. Instead of being viewed only as a health choice, it is now seen by many as a sign that the game's priorities are shifting. Conversations about responsibility, fairness, and commitment to fans are becoming louder every season. In today's NBA, this trend is no longer quiet or hidden. It stands at the center of public discussion and league-wide concern.
But let's say hypothetically you play 4 games. You can't ask fans to pay that money for a guy making $95 million won't play back-to-back games.
This trend is damaging the balance of the sport, lowering audience interest, and weakening the confidence fans once placed in every matchup. Many supporters now feel uncertain about whether the biggest stars will even appear on the court when it matters most. The excitement of competition fades when games no longer feature the players people came to watch. What makes this situation even more surprising is how comfortable modern athletes' lives have become. Today's professionals enjoy top-level facilities, expert medical care, and luxury travel like private jets. In the NBA, players have more support and protection than any generation before them. Yet debates about rest and availability continue to grow stronger each season.
They play hard. Does that hurt you physically?
No, because when I play hard all the time. You know, there's no turn it on here, turn it off here. It's just 100.
Modern athletes now have access to personal chefs, elite medical teams, advanced recovery technology, and training plans designed specifically for their bodies. Every detail of their routine is carefully managed to keep them in peak condition throughout the season. Their lifestyle reflects comfort and care that earlier generations could only imagine. With all these advantages, many fans find it hard to understand why today's stars appear in fewer games than the icons of the past. Legends once carried heavier schedules with far fewer resources, yet still showed up night after night. In the NBA, this contrast has sparked a powerful discussion about effort, responsibility, and what it truly means to honor the game.
What do you think of when you hear the term load management thrown around?
It shouldn't be needed, first and foremost. You know, I never wanted to miss a game because it was an opportunity to prove. It was something that I felt like, you know, the fans are there to watch me play. I want to.
When you look back at the tough competitors of the 1970s, 1980s, and even the early 2000s, the difference is striking. Those players faced heavier schedules, tougher travel, and far fewer medical resources, yet they stayed on the court night after night. By comparison, today's athletes enjoy more comfort, more support, and better protection than any generation before them. Even with these advantages, modern players appear in fewer games and spend more time resting, as if it were part of their regular routine. This contrast has left many supporters confused and disappointed. Across the NBA, fans continue to ask a simple but powerful question. If conditions are better than ever, why does participation feel smaller than before?
You come to practice, he's on one leg. Like he was hurt the second year, he was on one leg the whole year and played 82 games. Wow. And so he practiced every day and he played every game on one leg. And so he's like, man, MJ, why don't you just sit up? How can I be the leader of the team and sit out and y'all going through all the credit? I gotta be there.
I twist my ankle, and I had a teammate, David Greenwood. He says, you twist your ankle, young fella. Come over and sit with me. This is you need to. I said, no, man. I'm trying to make a name for myself. There's no way I can sit. I need to get out there and show what I'm capable of. I want to play. I want to win. I want to make an impact.
Many fans now wonder what happened to the pride, the effort, and the passion that once shaped true greatness in the NBA. In earlier decades, players carried a deep sense of responsibility to compete every night and prove themselves through action, not rest. Their reputation was built on consistency and determination, not careful scheduling. During the 1990s, teams were organized in a much simpler way. One trainer and one strength coach handled almost everything, yet players pushed themselves harder in practice and showed stronger commitment during games. The environment demanded mental toughness and discipline, and that mindset created an era remembered for its intensity and respect for the sport.
Embiid type era.
This rest stuff just drives me crazy. You're playing basketball for a living, okay? I understand if you're working in a coal mine that you may need a rest day after it. You're playing basketball.
You play basketball 2.5 hours a day, 3 hours a day, right? That's your job. That's what you get paid to do.
They pushed through packed schedules and played night after night without asking for special breaks or reduced workloads. No matter how tired they felt, they stepped onto the court and gave their best effort. That dedication is the reason supporters still admire and remember them with respect today. Their consistency became part of their legacy. Now, the landscape looks very different in the NBA. Teams are supported by large medical and performance departments filled with specialists, trainers, and data experts. Every move is measured, analyzed, and planned in advance. With so many resources available, fans are left wondering why commitment to playing every game feels weaker than it once did.
I played hard. I played the game the way it was supposed to be played. I played injured, and I played with a lot of pride.
With all the advanced equipment and high-tech tools now available, you would expect players to be healthier than ever. Instead, injuries and absences have reached record levels, leaving fans and experts scratching their heads. The promise of science and technology was to protect athletes, yet the results seem to tell a very different story. This has led many to question whether something deep inside the modern performance system is failing. Few are willing to openly admit that the approach may need serious change. In the NBA, this contradiction has become impossible to ignore. And what comes next makes the situation even more surprising.
One is a sense of pride for the fans that are paying. Two is a sense of, making sure that I stay sharp. I'm not going to lose it. And three, I want our rhythm as a team to always be there.
For many younger viewers who began following basketball in the 2020s, resting healthy players now seems completely normal. To them, skipping games looks like a regular part of how the sport operates, as if this is how it has always been. Over time, this belief has quietly reshaped expectations about effort and competition. But this way of thinking turns the spirit of the game upside down. Basketball was built on presence, pride, and the drive to compete every night, not on careful avoidance. Across the NBA, players, coaches, and loyal supporters are beginning to call for a return to authentic competition, the kind played with courage and emotion. True basketball should be powered by passion and commitment, not ruled by excessive caution and fear of risk.
To get money to buy the ticket.
You really cared about the guy who sat in the top deck at the Palace in Auburn Hills to watch you when you came to Detroit?
Yeah, because I know he's probably yelling at me, and I want to shut him.
Like you mentioned a little bit about today's game, because we had Club on here, and he talked about load management. He said, I don't know.
When it comes to how the game is played today, something has clearly shifted. For newer fans who started watching basketball in the 2020s, skipping games for load management feels normal. They've grown up thinking it's just part of the routine, like it's how basketball is meant to work. But that mindset is completely off the mark. It flips the game upside down. Real basketball isn't about avoiding fatigue. It's about showing up night after night and giving everything to the court. Look back at the legends. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Karl Malone, Patrick Ewing, Scottie Pippen. These players weren't built to take days off. They faced pain, exhaustion, and every challenge head on. They gave every ounce of energy to the game without excuses. That's what pride and passion looked like. Injuries happened, sure, but skipping a game because you felt a little tired? That was unheard of. Between 1990 and 2005, dozens of players completed all 82 games in a season multiple years in a row. Today, that kind of durability is almost extinct. And it's no coincidence that the players who consistently showed up came from the 1980s, 1990s, and early 2000s. That's pure dedication. Michael Jordan is the perfect example of that ironclad commitment. Across his 15-year career, he played all 82 games 9 times, including his final season at 40 years old. Imagine that. Most players today at 40 would be thinking about rest and recovery, but Jordan was still going full speed every night. Out of his 15 seasons, he played at least 78 games in 12 of them. The only exceptions? A broken foot in 1985 to 86 and most of 1994 to 95 while retired. That's the line between legends and everyone else. Jordan didn't believe in taking nights off. He never hid from competition and never shortchanged the fans who paid to see him play. For him, greatness meant showing up every single game. The same relentless mindset was true for Kobe Bryant. He came from that same unyielding mold, driven by obsession and passion. Even deep into his career, he put the team above himself. In his 17th season, at just 34 years old, Kobe was still posting stats nearly identical to LeBron James, who was 28 at the time. During a chaotic Lakers season, Kobe carried the team through grueling games, averaging 29 points, 8.5 assists, and 7 rebounds over his final 7 games. Even when his body eventually gave out, torn Achilles, 2 comeback attempts, he kept pushing, fueled by love for the game, not stats or money. Contrast that with today's stars. Take LeBron James, one of the most talented players of all time, yet he has played every game in a season just once in his career. Compare that to the grinders of past decades. Larry Bird, Tim Duncan, Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant, players who competed night after night, regardless of pain or exhaustion. Those legends didn't rest to manage load or protect numbers. They played because that's what greatness demanded. Every night was an investment in the fans and the game itself. That's the line between a superstar and a true legend. And here's the reality about the modern era. Luxury, comfort, and guaranteed contracts have softened the mentality. The focus has shifted from hunger and competition to personal convenience. Some players, like Ben Simmons, are perfect examples. Once the contract is secured, the motivation can vanish. While not every player is extreme, this mentality lingers across the league. Effort has become optional, passion optional, and playing every game is no longer a standard. It's a choice. Legends like Jordan and Kobe weren't just skilled athletes. They were mental warriors. They respected the game and the fans and understood that greatness is built on showing up, no matter the obstacle. Jordan's rookie season is a prime example. 82 games, 38.3 minutes per night, 4th in the league in total minutes behind only Buck Williams and Larry Bird. That kind of endurance, with the limited recovery tools and grueling travel of the era, is unimaginable today. And who could forget the iconic 1997 NBA Finals Game 5? MJ, battling flu-like symptoms and a 103 degrees fever, dropped 38 points and hit a clutch three-pointer with 25 seconds left. That's what separates legends from everyone else. Pure willpower and unshakable dedication. Respect is another element that's missing in today's NBA. Skipping a game while healthy isn't just rest. It's a misconnection with the fans who pay to see these stars. Millions tune in, save up, and plan to watch their heroes. only to be told at the last minute that the player won't appear. That disconnect hurts the integrity of the sport and the trust between players and supporters. Back in the day, players didn't have the luxury of private jets, personal recovery pods, or massive staff support. Yet they played every night through exhaustion and injuries because they understood that showing up was the standard. Modern comfort and guaranteed wealth have dulled that same drive. It's not just a matter of physical readiness. It's about mindset, focus, and respect for the game that if you look at LeBron's era versus Jordan's, the difference is clear. Jordan's presence alone commanded accountability. His example shaped an entire generation. If MJ played, everyone showed up. In today's league, the lack of that unrelenting drive has allowed load management to become a widespread norm. The lesson is simple. True greatness isn't optional. It demands consistency, sacrifice, and passion. So here's the question for fans and players alike. Do you think the era of resting healthy stars will continue to dominate? Or is this the moment for a comeback of old-school toughness? The conversation matters because the soul of the game depends on it. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear your take. If this breakdown hit hard, hit that like button, share it with someone who appreciates old-school dedication, and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories and legends that make basketball unforgettable. Stay sharp, stay real, and keep that competitive fire alive.